Hi everyone, we're back again with a bit of a news update for you. We're just looking down across the Solemn at the moment, down towards the private level crossing. You can see the yellow phones right there in front, and just back behind us is Station House right there, just to give you an idea of where we are standing at the moment. So we've got some news that we received today. It's to do with the event that unfolded down at the private level crossing. When was that, Liz? That was in
March 2024, so just over a year ago now.
That's it. It's to do with the criminal charges that Network Rail brought against us. We can't say too much about it. There's a lot of lies in the papers about it, which is a bit unfair. It's harmful to our case. They're saying that we trespassed as well as other things, which are untrue. The trolls keep posting in the comments everywhere saying, oh, you're in the newspapers for trespassing on Network Rail land. So what's that charge exactly, Liz? You've written it down, haven't you? So just let our viewers know what that charge was.
Yeah, so in relation to the events at the private level crossing last year, one of the charges that were brought against us was we were both charged with trespass upon land of Network Rail Limited, contrary to the British Transport Commission Act 1949, section 55.
Okay, and what charge was dropped, did we find out today, Liz?
Today, we've been informed that charge of trespass against us has been dropped.
That's correct. Do you think they'd drop that charge if they did actually own the land?
Well, no, if they own the land, they would have proceeded with that charge of trespass against us.
They're trying to get as much as they can on us, Network Rail are. They wouldn't miss an opportunity at all, would they?
No.
So they've dropped the charge of trespass because, like we've said all along, they don't own the land. So that's obvious, really, why they dropped the charge, isn't it, Liz?
Yeah, I mean, we were being accused of trespassing on Network Rail land, and they've dropped that charge against us now because it's not Network Rail land, it's our land. So that's why it's been dropped. So it's quite a significant development.
That's it. So one thing I will mention is, as soon as they brought the bail conditions on us, as soon as that happened, basically QTS and all the workers just piled in, didn't they, Liz?
Yeah, so what happened when we appeared before the court last year, we were released on bail, and no sooner as those bail conditions were put on me and Ian, Network Rail and their contractors raced onto our land, trying to do work on our land, knowing that we could be at risk of breaching our bail.
That's right. And we had we were in a civil dispute with them over land. But Network Rail were using our bail conditions in a criminal case to try and undermine our land and property rights, didn't they? And they just basically forced their way on to the land. And to begin with, we thought we couldn't approach them at all and even ask them to step off our land. That's right, isn't it?
That's right. It was a horrible situation to be put in, that we were subject to bail conditions, and Network Rail workers and their contractors were coming onto our land, and we felt uncomfortable that they were putting us at risk of potentially breaching our bail.
Yeah.
And we believe Network Rail were exploiting our bail conditions.
Well, absolutely. That's why Mr. X, when he first walked onto our driveway with his colleagues all approaching me when I was outside doing a bit of work in the garden, they all had body cameras on. And one of the first things he said to me, oh, the police are waiting down the road, because, they knew that I would be worried of the bail conditions and being in breach of the bail conditions. That's what they're trying to do, isn't it, Liz?
Yeah, they were trying to intimidate us and make us feel as though we couldn't leave our own house because we'd be falsely accused of breaching our bail. But
then we did make the mistake, didn't we? We realised that there was nothing stopping us approaching and talking to Network Rail. So we realised that we could do that, and that's what we did then. But yeah, they certainly, we felt like they certainly abused the bail conditions on us, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. It was wrong of Network Rail to do that, and they took advantage of the situation to try and
Yeah.
breach our property rights.
Like when they came with the BTP then and tried to, you know, intimidate us by threatening to arrest us for aggravated trespass on our own driveway, and ended up cutting our chains. You see, I was worried that I was going to be dragged back before the sheriff and, you know, threatening me with being in breach of the bail conditions. It was just unfair, really, and it was a horrible situation to be in. But there, you know, we found out today now that you know, they've dropped the trespass charges.
Yeah, that's right. And just with what you were saying there, an important point to make is that when BTP came that day with Network Rail workers and threatened to arrest us for aggravated trespass on our own driveway, on our own land again, if we had been arrested, which would have been an unlawful arrest in our view, because we were subject to court bail conditions, we could have been remanded in prison for that.
Yeah,
That's how serious it is.
It was unfair. It was unfair. So we just felt like we had to lock ourselves in our house and just let them do whatever they wanted outside on our land. But there we go. The truth has prevailed. Like we've always said, Network Rail don't own any land here, and they've had to drop the trespass charges because they don't own the land. They can't prove they own the land. So thanks everyone. Thank you for your support. Please like, please subscribe, please help share this information. We hope it helps others to stand up to corporate bullies. And we wish you all well. We hope you all the best. You take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're just walking back towards the chain on the entrance, guys. And we just want to reiterate, just so you understand how important and what a dangerous situation that we are in. So basically, Network Rail put us in a situation where we had the bail conditions on us, and the video you would have seen Network Rail come here with the BTP, threatened to arrest us for aggravated trespass on our own driveway. Do you realise, guys, that if we did not let them, well, we didn't let them, but if we would have been arrested for aggravated trespass, if we would have stood in the way and tried to stop them from cutting the chains on our entrance, we would have been put in prison. We would have been remanded in custody, because we were warned about that when we stood in front of the sheriff the last time before him to do with the matter, weren't we, Liz?
That's right, because at that time, we're still subject to bail conditions to do with the criminal charges that have been brought against us. And if we'd been, like Ian said, if we'd been arrested by BTP that day for aggravated trespass on our own land, which we've since proved the driveway is our land, we could have been remanded in custody. That's how serious the situation is for us.
That's absolutely correct. Here we go.
And the level of intimidation that we've been under by BTP and Network Rail.
The cut lock's still here, guys, from when they came and cut it. So a lot of people said in comments, oh, you should have just let them arrest you. If that happened, guys, I would have been remanded in custody. I would have been remanded in custody for almost 12 months now, wouldn't I?
That's right. We both would have been remanded in custody, having been arrested for aggravated trespass for being on our own land, which we've since proved is our land and is our driveway.
That's right, it's our own driveway, and now they've also dropped the trespass charges against us to do with a different part of land. All the best, guys.
Thank you so much. Take care.